Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a video of my infills, my acrylic infills on my more dominant hand, so my wrong hand in effect. Just pushing the cuticles back first, and then I'm going to go in with my electric file to take all the shellac off. I've got my file going in the reverse direction, so counterclockwise. This is so that when I use it, it doesn't slide off the end of my finger. It's going towards the cuticle, so it's using a force back on myself. I'm also using the file to take off a little bit of length as well, so that makes it easier to file later on. I'm changing my drill bit over to the smaller drill bit so that I can go in and get the last little bit, remaining bits of shellac around the edges and any more lifting that's on the nail. I'm then going to go in with my cuticle bits to go around my cuticles. This one's going to go round and push back the cuticles a little bit further than my actual cuticle pusher does. This next bit goes round and gets any dead skin off the nail and also lifts up the dead skin off the cuticles. And this last bit is then used to take all the dead skin off the cuticles like an exfoliation. I'm then going to go in and use my normal 180 grit file to just go round and smooth down the edges and make sure I've got all the lifting out that I needed to. I'm then going to go in and use a bit of Scrub Fresh just to see if there's any bits I've missed. Using the Scrub Fresh dehydrates the nail and shows up any lifting with the little white parts. As you can see on my thumb, I've missed a little bit, so I'm going to go over with my file and just make sure I get that last little bit. We are now all prepped and ready to go and start with the acrylic application. We start by putting CND Nail Fresh all over the natural nail to dehydrate the nail. You then go over with Scrub Fresh and a lint-free pad to take any of the oils off. I then go in and prime it with Young Nails Protein Bond. So to extend my middle finger, I'm going to use a sculpting form. I always put the middle bit on the back and it makes it a bit more sturdy. You then want to roll it between your thumb and your fingers, and then if I'm doing it on myself, I then pinch the end before I actually put it on because it makes it easier to line it up. And you then want to pinch the middle bit as well, and then just make sure it's sat properly. You want to make sure it's flush to the nail and also straight when you're looking ahead. I'm really sorry that my camera's a bit blurry in this, I'm really struggling to get it in focus. When I'm doing acrylic on myself, I find it easier if I'm getting a bigger bead of acrylic to use my dominant hand to pick the big bead up, which is what I'm doing now. I'm using this bead to extend my natural nail, I've put the bead on and I'm going to blend it into the natural nail. Once that's blended, I'm then going to work on the side walls, and then I'm going to bring the acrylic out to bring out more of a free edge. At this point, I'm then going to use my other middle finger to try and gauge how long the nail is and whether I need to put more or take any off. While that nail's drying, I'm then going to go in and do all the cuticle parts on the rest of them and any lifting that I need to infill. You want to try and keep the cuticles as thin as possible, so that way when you come to the end filing, you're almost just buffing over the surface rather than filing away. At this stage, you also want to rebalance the nail, so if the apex is too far forward, you want to start bringing it backwards. I then check whether the nail is dry by tapping it, and if it makes a clicking noise, that means it's cured. I can then take away the form. At this point, it's easier to file the nail into shape, so I compare it to my left hand and then take off any excess that I need and shape it into the coffin shape. When you finish doing your application, you really want to make sure you've cleaned your brush out, otherwise if you don't, you can leave yellow marks on your brush, and also it can leave it really gunky. I'm then going to go in and shape them all up to the right shape and make sure that I've got a nice smooth surface and that the apex is in the right place. And there you have it guys, my nails are all infilled and prepped and ready to go for putting the shellac on. I'm then just going to take any dust off and any more oils using my Scrub Fresh and lint free pad. Before I go on to the shellac though, I then compare the lengths of each hand and just make sure they're all the same shape, because as you can see my left thumb was ever so slightly longer, so I had to take that down slightly. Thank you so much for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks!